When you think about the 90s, a lot of people will think of a few different things. Boy bands, boom boxes, the movies that have gone down as classics. When I think of the 90s, I narrow it down to two things: fighting games and comic books. And the natural cross between the two is Marvel vs. Capcom. I don't need to explain what Marvel vs. Capcom is. It's that self-explanatory. It's a pillar of the FGC. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is still one of the greats, more accessible than ever thanks to the modern collection on Steam and modern consoles. And the future of Marvel in fighting games seems to be headed into a new frontier with Marvel Tokon, developed by Arc System Works. So while we wait to see what Marvel is up to, I propose that we see what the fans have done with the series. Enter Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Community Edition, a mod for MVC3 that adds 67 new characters into the game. That's double the roster of the base game. So while I've been learning the new cast, I struggled to find guides for the roster that felt quality. And so I figured I'd throw my hat into the ring. I can't promise quality, but I can try my best. Let's get into our first batch of characters, and ones that are very close to my heart, the symbiotes. Edward Allen Brock Jr. was born to an abusive family that eroded his moral compass despite his attempts to keep it. His drive to do good drove him to journalism, but the system beat down on him until he was desperate for a break. So when someone claiming to be the serial killer known as the Sin Eater confessed to the crimes, Eddie jumped on the chance to report it. Unfortunately, this man wasn't the Sin Eater, and rather someone manipulated into taking the fall. Spider-Man unmasked the real Sin Eater and inadvertently ruined Eddie Brock's career. Eddie held a deep grudge and attempted to end his own life, but as a Catholic, this was a grave sin, so he went to a church late one night to repent. Then, slithering in the dark, was the symbiote, the alien recently discarded by Peter Parker. Bonded by a mutual hatred, the two took the identity of Venom, becoming one. For a time, they acted as Spider-Man's most feared foe, but their shared drive to do good overtook their hate, and they looked past Peter and looked at the bigger picture. From then on, Venom had his ups and downs, from lethal protector to government weapon. But one thing will always remain true: Eddie Brock and his alien other are the comeback king. Marvel's best hero, Fight Me, takes all of his baggage and the powers of Spider-Man into Marvel vs. Capcom, and he's the only of the three we'll talk about today that's returning from a previous game. Or rather, a future game. Venom rips all of his voice lines, animations, and his model from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, where he returned as a DLC character after missing out on Marvel vs. Capcom 3. As with MVC2 and MVCI, Venom acts as a heavier, beefier Spider-Man, trading Parker's agility for more combo consistency and paying for it with a bigger frame, making him get hit easier. He's got the web swing air dash as well as the directional web zip. Venom is also unique in that he can combo off of his throw. In other games it is higher hit stun deterioration, but not here. Combo to your heart's content. Venom Fang is a lunge forward with a symbiote Maw, leaving Venom in an aerial state up until the move ends.
Venom Rush! Venom Fang! Cool! Venom Fang! Venom Fang!
Yes!
Doing it in the air makes for a pseudo dive kick, and it's a decent approach tool with an assist behind it to keep it safe. Venom Rush is a projectile spawned in a set location based on the button pressed.
Venom Rush!
Attack!
Venom Rush!
Yes!
Venom Rush!
Yes! Air combo!
Venom Rush! Will snatch you up! Venom Rush!
In Marvel vs. Capcom 3, this hits off the ground, which is a very strong thing to have solo in this environment. It's on a DP motion, which can be awkward to time, but those of us who have decided that the sun is deep state propaganda will get it consistently enough. Venom Throw is a hit grab at an angle depending on the button pressed.
Venom Throw! Right there!
Yes!
You look tasty! Venom Throw! Venom Throw! Right there!
Cool!
Definitely the least useful of his moves, but calling it useless would be an exaggeration, like when a company claims emulation of a game they no longer sell is theft. Venom Barrel is an air-only special move, and either sends an opponent down, into a wall bounce, or upwards.
First attack. Cool.
This is ideal for comboing into his air super, Venom Web. And his last special is the strange new tool he got in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Venom Trap. It didn't serve much of a purpose in Infinite. Venom isn't really a character who thrives on setups, but he could get decent synergy with his grabs and active tag. Here in CE, it holds more value, but not much in my opinion. You throw a bitey blob on the floor that attacks when stepped on.
Right there!
First attack.
Right there! You look tasty! Right there! Venom Brown! Right there!
Good.
Right there! Right! Right there! Right there!
The problem is that it vanishes faster than my will to live after clocking into another day of work. A trap move works best when you can set it up to cash it in later, and this vanishes far too fast to do it. It doesn't even provide enough hit stun to combo into anything. Trap feels like it's only here because it was here in Infinite, not of its own merit. Kinda like how I got my first job, actually. Venom Web is his first, weakest, and most versatile super move. Pop a burst of webbing around him, canned combo go brr. Is that still funny? Time is meaningless, I can't tell.
Maximum.
Just that you are!
First attack.
Take that!
Sweet.
You'll see it a lot because it's the only super that can be used in the air, and its large range makes it perfect for DHCs. His next super is Death Bite, an enhanced version of Venom Rush.
Devour everything! Death Bite!
Dude.
Devour everything! Death Bite!
Level 2. Maximum.
This hits off the ground and has a nice range. In his other two appearances, this would give Venom the corner from anywhere, but here it just leaves him full screen from his opponent. This is the game where Morrigan is in the top tier, by the way. And last is his level 3, Lethal Symbiosis, which is completely unique to Community Edition.
You're not with death! Destroy!
Air combo.
Just that you are! Farewell! Take that!
Stylish.
It's as hard to combo into as a steel beam, but it grants lovely damage on hit, even a combo afterwards due to the crumple state it gives. And now onto assists. Venom's first assist is Venom Fang.
First attack.
It's a decent approach tool and combo extender, but leaves him very vulnerable if blocked, much like your weird ex-boyfriend. It actually lets you do an extended combo for a little longer than you'd think. This is my personal assist of choice. His next assist is Venom Rush.
First attack. Yes.
A decent OTG tool for extending combos if your point character lacks an OTG themselves. The only problem being that in the corner it has a blind spot point blank, meaning it'll often whiff. And last, but perhaps least, is Venom Trap.
Maximum. First attack.
It serves some more use as an assist than as a standard move, but not much. Still vanishes fast, still barely comboable. Not to insult my baby girl, but it's about as helpful as my solo queue teammates, and about as threatening as an IKEA floor mat. Venom is actually pretty weak in the assist department. I wouldn't say I want to use any of these. Venom plays very close to Spider-Man, go figure. It zips around the screen using web swing and web zip, occasionally throwing in aerial Venom Fang or Venom Rush to pester from a distance. His standing heavy is a 2-hit claw swipe, making it easy to hit confirm into a launcher or whatever else he wants. Venom wants to be in your face to enforce a strong strike-throw game, as his throw is powerful due to being able to combo afterwards. It's scaled damage, but it builds up. Personally, I think that Venom is a little high in the damage numbers at the moment. I think tuning that down but returning his 6H to its state in Infinite, crumple and all, would be a wonderful trade-off. Venom comes with 7 colors. Color 2 is a reference to the MVC blue Venom. Color 3 is a purple color, seen prominently on Ultimate Venom. Color 4 is yellow, not a reference to much, though it was an infinite. Color 5 is a red color, either a reference to Carnage or Red Venom from Marvel vs. Capcom. Color 6 is an anti-Venom costume, the alias Eddie took after Mr. Negative cured his cancer. At the time, the symbiote had abandoned him for Mac Gargan. Color 7 is one of his colors from MVCI.
Maximum! Air combo!
Venom rush!
Dude! Max first attack!
Venom throw! Venom throw! Devour everything!
Wonderful! Max first
You look
attack!
tasty! Venom throw! Devour everything!
Awesome! Level first attack!
Venom throw! Venom throw!
X-Factor!
Venom throw! Venom rush!
Chip stylish!
Cletus Cortland Cassidy lived a troubled childhood. Rather, he was the trouble, killing his parents and grandmother when he was young. When he was a little bit older, he burnt down the orphanage he was staying at, and was sent to Rikers Island to serve 11 life sentences. As an adult, he ended up as cellmates to Eddie Brock, and when Brock was saved by his alien symbiote, the Clintar asexually left an offspring which bonded to Cletus. Perfectly in sync, the two speak as one, causing carnage wherever they go. Carnage has terrorized and been defeated by anyone you can think of. From taking over a town to attaining the power of gods, Carnage rules wherever he goes. Carnage is fully unique to Community Edition. He borrows a few animations from Spider-Man, Wolverine, Morrigan, and X-23, and perhaps more, but tastefully, the precise opposite of the man himself. Carnage's first special move is Symbiote Surprise.
Maximum! First attack!
A mirror to Venom Rush, it functions exactly the same. A projectile that hits off the ground at a certain spot based on the button pressed. Crazy Axes is an advancing move that will absolutely shred an opponent's life on block, but is unsafe.
First attack! Cool! Good!
The heavy version will bounce off the wall, allowing for combo extensions. This means he and She-Hulk should probably never be on the same team. Slice and Dice is a rising DP.
Maximum! First attack! Cool! Great!
Hitting the heavy version will have Carnage perform a follow-up slam that ground bounces for a combo. The other two can pop into air combos, no problem. Dinner Time is a mirror to Venom Fang.
Dinner time! Dinner time! First attack!
A dashing attack done in the air. This allows combos into any aerial move he wants, making his air game scarier. His first super is Super Crazy Axes, which is exactly what he would name an enhanced version of Crazy Axes, isn't it?
Sweet!
It's large, advancing, and so minus on block you may as well go into the kitchen and grab that last soda. Homicidal Tendency is a large strike of tentacles all around him, hitting nearly half screen and oh no, how'd my Omega Destroyer footage spill all over the screen? Oh, a silly me. What a bimbo I am. His level 3 super is Maximum Carnage, because what else would it be called?
I'll eat you alive! Awesome!
This is a cinematic that lets the opponent be hit with an off-the-ground attack when finished, allowing for a limited range of follow-ups. Fascinatingly, though, Maximum Carnage appears to be bugged on MODOK specifically. The ending strike doesn't occur on him, allowing for more follow-ups. His first assist is Symbiote Surprise.
Maximum. Crossover.
Much like his base move and the matching Venom assist, it's decent for combos, though it can feel a little unreliable to me compared to a lot of other off-the-ground assists. This is my recommended assist choice, though. His second assist is Crazy Axes. It not being the heavy version, it's okay, but not great as a combo tool, and it's not recommended as an approach tool unless you want to leave him in a worse place than Sentry did. His last assist is Slice and Dice. A massive, fast EP, it's good on defense and pretty fun to experiment with in combos, though like Crazy Axes, it's not the heavy version. Carnage plays like an airborne Wolverine, which is the last place someone like him should be. Carnage has a pretty simple neutral. Air dash in, jumping heavy. A game plan so simple the median voter could do it. It's simply a huge button. This makes him very vulnerable to high blocking and anti-airs, and jumping heavy doesn't leave him close enough to push a throw mix up on block. And once he's committed to getting in, he's stuck. No web zip to save him. His ground game isn't weak, but he clearly wants to approach from the air like the world's most violent mosquito. I think Carnage is pretty good balance-wise, a solid mid-tier, but this is someone who's always preferred Infinite to 3 up until now, so maybe my opinions are already in the bin, who knows. Carnage is pretty sparse in terms of color references. Color 2 is Spider-Carnage, known best for his appearance in the 90s animated series. Colors 3 through 5 are all original to my knowledge, simply here to add color variety. This blue one looks pretty good though. His alternate costume is his second costume from Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 2. Likely based on Ultimate Carnage, but I can't seem to find any information on this. I can barely find a picture. I'm not super well versed in the Ultimate Alliance series though, so maybe it's just me.
Fight! Reverse attack! Air combo! Good! Maximum! First attack! Dinner time! Good! Maximum! First attack! Air combo!
Rip you apart!
Beautiful! Maximum! First attack!
I'll eat you alive! Rip you apart!
Danger! Fantastic! Level 2! Air combo!
Tear you to pieces!
Beautiful!
Gwendolyn Maxine Stacy was born in an alternate universe to the mainline Marvel continuity, called Earth 65. In her world, it was she who was bitten by the radioactive spider as opposed to Peter Parker. Peter sought desperately to be special like Spider-Woman, and in an attempt to give himself powers turned him into the Lizard. Despite his reptilian pleas, Gwen held no punches, unable to see her friend behind the monster. Peter died due to his injuries, and Spider-Woman was blamed for his death. Redoubling her efforts to do good, Gwen would fight many a foe, from the Hand to Morlun, and has even been dragged into the mainline Marvel continuity. 1, 2, 3 Gwens! Spider-Gwen is a bit of a strange pick for Community Edition. She plays like a tweak of Spider-Man. Actually, I'd say she plays a little closer to how Spidey does in Infinite. She's kin to his Ryu, but we're back in SF2. She's the wall crawler with a few new tools. Still agile, combos are still a little high execution, and still follows a basic Shoto archetype. Unlike Spider-Man and his previously discussed ilk, she actually has a backdash in the air. Her first special move is Web Ball.
First attack!
It's less of an approach tool like Peter's and more of a general harassment tool. The air version doesn't have any blowback, actually making it a better approach tool than Spider-Man's. This is a theme for Gwen: trade-offs. Web swing is pretty much exactly how it is on Spider-Man.
Now you see me. Now you
First
see me.
attack.
Now you see me. Take that.
A forward advancing swing kick able to be comboed into aerials. Like Spider-Man's, this is a reverse DP motion, because they decided Spidey needed to be harder in 3 specifically for some reason. Web throw is another trade-off move, the light version specifically.
Right this way. Right this way. I'll warn ya. Take that.
Yes.
Right this way. I'll warn ya.
Yes.
The angle is changed based on the button pressed, but the light version is slower, but to compensate, it's an actual command grab, with a shorter range to boot. I'd call it more useful than Spider-Man's, less useful than Venom's. Do with that what you will. Spider Sting is exactly the same as it is on Spider-Man. It's a DP with a follow-up that will ground bounce in the form of Spider Bite.
Maximum first attack.
Finish him. Finish him.
It's a decent combo extender, and as risky as any other DP on defense. Maximum Spider, parentheses, Scarlet version, is a slightly different version of Maximum Spider.
You're on.
Dude.
It's a variant, a remix. Treat it with respect. This is basically the same as Maximum Spider, but with an easier hitbox to use in combos. Just a big burst of webs. Actually, it's pretty similar to Venom Web. Ultimate Web Throw is a command grab super, and what Peter's should have been...
For me.
Maximum.
Catch 'em blocking, if they don't jump, boom, grab. Simple, elegant, like a fine sushi from a good place. Though like a fine sushi, trying to enjoy it at all times will make you sick. Or dead. Symbiote Duet is her level 3, and the only reason she's on the symbiote list.
Maximum.
How about a duet?
First attack. Level maximum.
A flurry of blows done after donning the black suit, this puts Gwen into Gwenom mode. Gwenom Bite is a grounded projectile super.
Now for my next number.
Awesome.
It's basically Death Bite. Hits off the ground, goes full screen. Huh. Once you know that she has Gwenom Bite at all times, and not just in Gwenom mode like the command list says, she becomes more of a threat across the board. A way to end air strings that end on the ground, a way to combo off both command grabs. It's a nice thing to have in your back pocket. Spider-Gwen shares all of her assists with Spider-Man. Her first assist is Web Ball, a nice projectile to follow behind, but less likely to give a combo than Spidey's Web Ball. This is my personal assist of choice.
Maximum. Crossover is first attack.
Her next assist is Spider Sting.
Crossover first attack.
Gotta go.
Exactly like Spidey's, a defensive and anti-air tool as opposed to a combo one due to the lack of Spider Bite. And her final assist is Web Swing.
Crossover
Now you
assist.
see me. Gotta go.
Say it with me. It's exactly like Spider-Man's, being a decent combo tool but not much else. I like Gwen. She's snappy, fun, zippy, but these are all things I'd say about Spider-Man. She's just another spin on Spidey, but doesn't do enough to justify her inclusion in my mind. The Gwenom mechanics could be cool, but spending 3 bars for a new model and some more damage is like paying $40 for a skin. Technically content, but are you really winning? It feels tacked on, like something added just because she was rocking the suit in the comics at the time. And as for viability, wherever Spider-Man is, she's probably sat next to him. Same car, different paint job. Gwen lacks any real references in her colors, save for color 6 being Spider-Man's red and blue. These changed Gwenom to match the color in question, but it's still not really a reference.
First attack. Maximum!
Right this way.
First attack.
Oh, wonder. Now for my next number.
Awesome! Level first attack!
Finish him.
Max air combo!
You're on. You're in my way now.
Wonderful!
And that is the symbiote trio. As a whole, symbiotes are my personal favorite corner of the Marvel Universe, and it's absolutely because of my bias to Venom. Who do you think you are? These characters have always felt like natural picks for a fighting game, especially Carnage. I'm actually a little surprised it took fans to get him into one of the games. Having Venom in MVC3 just feels right, especially knowing that he was barred from entry due to Marvel's insistence on pushing MCU characters at the time. And Gwen, while her execution is lacking, perhaps she's unfinished, who am I to say, really, the idea of variance is something I adore. With how Capcom admitted Ken just to have a slightly different Ryu, you'd think they'd try already existing clones and counterparts from the Marvel Universe, instead of inventing Red Venom and Gold War Machine. Now, this is set to be a series called Community Case File. I intend to break down these characters and act as a bridge so people can learn them. This mod adds so many characters, so there's a bright future here. So stick around, things are gonna get crazy. Why did I sound like Dante?